Dear friends, welcome to PMC English. From so many days, we are traveling in the path of Dhammapada and understanding the Buddha and his philosophy. And also, we are knowing the truth about the life, art of living, and about the prajna, wisdom, and also how to build a character in the life with Arya Ashtangik mark, eightfold path. And we are learning so many things. While coming to the Buddha, he is a enlightened mystic and he had given a very scientific outlook about the mind, matter, and also about the different types of truths in the life. So today we are going to know about the life of Buddha. Who is Siddharth and what is his Buddhahood? India is one of the most ancient countries in the world, and it is the land of mystics and enlightened masters and wise people. So many masters have contributed their wisdom to the whole humanity in the world. While coming to the Siddhartha Gautama and his life, and when we divide the eras, before Christ and after Christ, likewise we can divide the spirituality also before Buddha and after Buddha. So when we see the life of Gautam Siddhartha, his parents was Shuddhodana and Maya Devi. After a long time, they had given birth to Siddharth. What is the meaning of name Siddharth? Siddharth means those who had evolved on this earth to fulfill the desires of other people. Whatever may be the desire, whether it is worldly or spiritually, he can fulfill the desires. So that is the meaning of name Siddharth. So after a long married life, they had a son in their life, and after giving birth to Siddharth, Maya Devi will left her body, and his second mother, Prajapati Gautami, had take care of the Siddhartha Gautama. So that is the reason why we called the Gautam Siddharth, including his stepmother's name. Since from childhood he was in search of truth. Knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, he is searching for truth. Whatever may be the situations and circumstances, he is giving so many meanings and also searching with so many attitudes in his life. What is life? And what is the goal of life? What is the essence of life? And what is the purpose of life? Everybody born on this earth with some purpose, with uniqueness, with potentialities, and also with so many peculiar qualities and intrinsic qualities. But in their life they don't identify their uniqueness, and they will lead a very robotic way. We are seeing so many people like that in the whole world. So coming to the Siddhartha, He is a very intelligent in his childhood and also very love and compassionate in his life. And from childhood he was against the violence, and he has adopted the non-violence since from childhood itself. And in the past life also, the Siddhartha Gautama was a enlightened master. So when he had taken birth in this life, he had come into this world to spread the wisdom in a new way and to give a new discipline for the new humanity and also for the birth of new humanity. So in his search, he had faced so many situations, and coming to the Shuddhodana, the father of Siddhartha Gautama, so there is one fortune is there in his life that one astrologer or one saint will say that your son will become a saint, become a sannyas or become a monk when he see the miserable conditions in his life. So avoid the miserable conditions from his vision, otherwise he will become a monk and he will renounce the world. So Shuddhodana, he don't want to become a monk and he don't desire Siddhartha to become a monk. So he had avoided all the miserable conditions and he had created a paradise around Siddhartha Gautama and given all comforts with a lot of worldly pleasures without any miserable conditions around him. So like that his childhood was gone and he had brought up, and when he came to the young age and he had got married with Yashodhara, his wife, and they had a son Rahul. After that, what happened? Shuddhodana wants to take retirement from his duties and he want to declare the Siddhartha Gautama as a king, and he wanted to give the responsibility of that kingdom Kapilavastu to the Siddhartha Gautama. And what happened when he expressed his view with the Siddhartha? He told that I don't know what are the conditions of the people and what are the situations of the people and also the conditions they are facing, and what is this administration and what are the duties of the king. I don't know all about this, how I can take the responsibility of the kingdom. So he requested his father that I want to see the conditions of the people, problems of the people in the kingdom practically with his own eyes. So the Shuddhodana had given permission to the Gautam Siddharth to visit the people in his kingdom. So he had taken a chariot and went into the kingdom, and he had travelled to and fro in his kingdom. And in that journey he has seen so many different types of conditions of the people, and he has seen the deceased people, the people who are in conflicts, and the people who are quarreling, and some people they are facing the health issues, and some are in a very miserable conditions, and different types of miserable conditions he has seen, has witnessed at that moment. And after that he had become very nervous while seeing all the conditions of the people. Why? Because all these days the truth was avoided in front of his eyes. Why? Because his father had created a heaven. He had thought that the whole world is like that, but the practical situation is completely different. Actually, when we see the general conditions in our life also, what we are thinking and what we are created by our mind are almost all illusions. But when we see the practical reality or ground reality, it was totally different from our imaginations, from our visualizations, and from our expectations. It is totally different. Likewise, the Siddhartha Gautama had also faced different types of conditions, and he has witnessed the people who are suffering from different conflicts. And he had told to the charioteer, now we have seen so much and we will get back to the kingdom. So while coming back to the kingdom, to the palace, he had seen the dead body. Somebody has expired and they are taking the body to the cremation ground. After seeing that, he asked the person who is with him that why the people are taking him, where they are taking. He don't know that he had died. He don't know what is death also. So he has said that he had expired, he had died, and they are taking his body to the burial ground. So what he had said, Gautam Siddharth, is I will also experience the death in my life. He will ask like that. Yes, everybody who has born on this earth, one day or some other day, they will go on through death. That is the reality and that is the truth of life. Your father had hidden the secrets of life in front of you, but this is the reality of the life. He had said like that. So after that, when he returned back to the palace, and he is recollecting all the situations he had seen and witnessed in the kingdom, and he was unable to sleep at that night. So the day after tomorrow, that Siddhartha was going to become a king, and they are creating so many situations to make him king. And also the whole palace was in a very celebrative mood that Siddhartha was going to become a king. But Siddhartha was not happy what he had seen in the kingdom. So many people and so many dancers have came to enjoy the situation and to enhance the celebrative mood. After seeing all that, what he had thought that this is all fire, and when I stay there, they will burn me, and this is not the essence of life. Something is there behind that. So I have to know about the truth of life. So on the same day, he had left his home, on the same night. So after renouncing the world, he has gone in search of truth. So he had visited so many masters and practices. He has practiced so many practices, that is different types of techniques and 8 meditations in his journey. After practicing the different types of techniques also, he had not attained the enlightenment. He had not attained the truth. So he was very much confused with these techniques. When he visits a master, and when he tells one technique, he has practiced so intensely and with so commitment, so intensely and with a lot of commitment, he has practiced the techniques. And the masters had saluted to the Gautam Siddhartha that you have creating a revolution in practicing the techniques. At that time, they are telling the Siddhartha to we know this much only. Better you visit a next master for your further journey. So like that, the masters have saluted to his commitment, dedication, discipline, and his character building. That is the reason why the Buddha's way was Shila, Samadhi, and Prajna. If you want to attain enlightenment, or if you want to lead a worldly life, you have to maintain your character, that is Panchashila. If you maintain that character, then naturally you will enter into the meditation. Why? Because if you maintain a character, naturally your body will get purified. And if you know the art of living, I mean, if you follow the Arya Ashtangik Marg, eightfold path in your life, your mind will get purified. And when you practice the meditation Anapanasati, and when you practice the Vipassana, your breath will be purified. Then naturally you will enter into the path of Nirvana, and also you will attain the enlightenment. That is the philosophy of Buddha. It is a threefold path. It is a Vishuddhi Marg. It's a path of purification, and it's a path of enlightenment. So when he is going in search of truth, he had practiced so many techniques, but he had not achieved the goal. So he had one day, when he was meditating under a tree, and when he is starving without taking food and water, he had practiced so many techniques. His body was became weak, and he was unable to walk also. At that moment, a woman will come. Her name was Sujata. And one day in the morning, when he was walking to drink the water near that Niranjana river, he will fall down with the weakness in the body. So this woman will come, and she will serve him water and food. So he will tell her, no, I won't take food and water before I got the enlightenment. I am in search of that truth. So what that Sujata will say, your body had become so weak. If you do like that, you don't exist in the world. Your body will be gone. Then how you will practice the meditation without this life? First you protect your life. Be balanced in your life. Take a meal per day and then practice your meditation. She will advise to him. So the Siddharth had accepted her request, and so on the day he had taken a meal, and he started the practicing the meditation. So like that, within 3 months he had got enlightened, and he had attained in the complete enlightenment in his life. So the Buddha was very much confined to the code of discipline in his life. That is the reason why he had attained the enlightenment within a short period. Those who are practicing the meditation, they have to be with 5 characteristics in their life. The first one is commitment, and the second one is discipline, third one is surrenderness, and the fourth one is ideology, and the fifth last one is with character building. These 5 characteristics will help the meditator to enter into the samadhi, and also ultimately he will enter into the nirvana. That is the way of Buddha. The Buddha had chosen a middle path. He will tell that don't go in extremity. Be in balanced state. Be balanced in every situation. I mean in samatha, equanimity. Don't go in extreme conditions. So when he had become so balanced in his life, within 3 months he had attained the enlightenment. So the Siddhartha Gautama had become a Buddha. Who is Buddha? what is his Buddhahood? The meaning of the word Buddha was awakened one. So many people in the world are leading their life in a very unconscious way, in a spiritual hypnotic sleep. The whole world is in the spiritual hypnotic sleep in a very unconscious way. So when he became enlightened, he had given a new approach to the life. So who is Buddha? The Buddha was an awakened person. Those who had traveled from unreal to real, from darkness to light, and from death to deathlessness. I mean, from death to nirvana. And ultimately, he will attain the Mahaparinirvana. And he had broken the rules of the society and discriminations in the society: caste, creed, greed, religion, sycophancy, pretendence, hypocrisy, all the nonsense which he created by the society. They have condemned all the nonsense things in the world, and they have got salvation and liberation from all the clutches, from all the relations, from all the bondages which the world has created around him. So that type of person, we call him Buddha. The Buddhahood is the intrinsic quality of every human being. Everybody is a born Buddha, but he had just ignoring it, and he had not given importance to their beings. So when a person will identify the consciousness, will identify the energy in him, then he will understand the Buddha nature in him. So the Siddharth had become a Buddha by traveling and understanding the inner nature and become introvert, and he had traveled in the inner journey and understand the truth. So what the Buddha had given his philosophy before 2500 years ago, now the scientists are proving it by the materialistic things. He had given a new outlook to the total spirituality in the world. Why? Because everybody will follow the Buddha. I mean, whether they are in the spirituality or not, that is not the main thing. Everybody, even the revolutionaries, reformers, the scientists, and the thinkers, philosophers, everybody will like the Buddha. Why? Because he had given importance to truth, and he had given importance to the love, compassion, and humanity. So, Buddha was your nature. Attain it. Buddhahood is the nature of every human being. You have to attain it while you are living. So, this very body is a temple. When your being will become a Buddha, then this earth will become a lotus paradise. That is the essence of life, and that is the essence of Buddhahood. So, like that, the Siddhartha had become a Buddha. So, friends, understand the reality and understand the truth. Go in search of truth and attain the Buddhahood in this life only. Why? Because enlightenment is your birthright. Attain it. Don't waste time on the name of meditation. Life is too precious and too short. So, as early as possible, attain the enlightenment in this life only and contribute your wisdom to the whole humanity, to the whole universe. That is the essence of every human being. Thank you very much.